What is up, beautiful fam? Today, I have a treat for you. We are going to be going through the top 5 reasons why you should be implementing diet breaks and how they actually benefit you in terms of getting long-term sustainable results when it comes to fat loss. So I'm going to give everyone a second to hop on. And before we get started, I hope you guys had incredible holidays. It is freezing over here in Florida. I am, yes, in a Sharpie or a Sharpa, whatever it is, but I am comfy, I am cold, and let's just dive right into it. So many clients come to me, and this is what they do. They go on a fat loss phase. They cut their calories fast. They do a lot of cardio, and what happens is you end up, and ask yourself this, guys, how many times have you gone on a diet, you've pushed yourself hardcore, you've seen the results in the beginning, and then what happens is you end up almost getting intense cravings and yo-yoing and going backwards. And what happens is we lose weight, we gain it back. We lose weight, we gain it back. And what I want for all my clients is I want them to have long-term sustainable results when it comes to fat loss. No more yo-yoing, no more cravings, none of that. So today I'm going to explain actually what diet breaks are, the reasons we should implementing them, and the top 5 of them, and I'm going to go all about that right now. So first off, I have some notes, so I wanted to make sure I hit everything perfect. So what is a diet break? So a diet break is basically a period of time where we're cutting back on cardio, we're increasing our calories, but it is structured. It is not a time where I have my clients go and I just say, go on a splurge, eat anything, everything you want, fast food, sugar, all of that. I keep it structured with my clients. I'm typically increasing their carbohydrates, a little bit of fats, keeping protein fairly stable, and making changes with their cardio and bringing it down. What this is basically, it's a time frame where you're at a maintenance calories. The problem is a lot of people, they go to these calculators and those are not accurate. So I never want you guys to rely on going on the internet, typing in calorie calculator, this is my fat loss calories, this is my maintenance, because they don't take into consideration things like your NEAT, which is basically like your fidgeting, your movement throughout the day. That really goes into how many calories you're burning, as well as the amount of muscle you have on, your age, your metabolism, and all of that. So here's the deal. What is a diet break? Diet break, period of time where we're not in a caloric deficit. We're coming up to our maintenance calories, typically bringing up our carbohydrates and our fats and bringing down our cardio. A lot of the times I do almost a 1-to-1 ratio with my clients, which could be 12 to 16 weeks on a diet and then 12 to 16 weeks in a period of time where we're not. Yes, this does mean it's going to take you longer to get to your goals in terms of weight loss. So instead of going crazy hard for 16 weeks and then being like, okay, I'm there, it may take 30 weeks to get there. But the thing with this, and the reason I'm going to share with you guys in a second, is when you get there, you're not going to be at that point where you can't sustain it. Because like we just said, we want to get long-term sustainable results. And there's so many studies out there, even things with my clients, that implementing these diet breaks help with diet adherence, and long-term, you're able to actually maintain your physique, which is how I'm able to eat over 2,600 calories now and maintain my physique year-round. So we went to the problem with dieting. We go hard, we get all these cravings, all of these things, and we're not getting sustainable results. So by implementing diet breaks, it's a way to get us those long-term sustainable results. So here are the 5 reasons why you should implement diet breaks. So I want you guys to get a pen and paper out, and I want you guys to ask yourself if you fall into any of these categories. So first off, adaptations. When you guys are on a fat loss phase, what happens is the longer your calories are lower and your cortisol levels go up and we're on calories. So the longer we are on a fat loss phase, we have changes in our metabolic adaptation. So our leptin levels, our ghrelin levels, our thyroid. So leptin and ghrelin are your hunger and satiety cues. Your thyroid runs your whole metabolism. And what happens is the longer you're on these, it changes them up. So you're not feeling as full longer. You're starting to get those intense cravings. And What happens is by implementing these diet breaks, it actually helps regulate your hormones, get your leptin, your ghrelin, your thyroid, everything back on track. And that is huge when it comes to fat loss, because if you just hammer it hard, 16, 30 weeks, longer, what happens is you start kind of hitting these stalls, and you may realize in the beginning you're losing weight, but then it becomes harder and harder to lose weight, and you don't know where to go from there. You cut your calories a lot. You're already doing a lot of cardio, and what are you going to do? Go to 1,000 calories? Do 2 hours of cardio a day? That is not going to make it long-term sustainable. So the number one reason why you should be doing a diet break is because of these metabolic adaptations. The longer that we're on a caloric deficit, we have changes in our leptin, our ghrelin, we may start hitting fat loss plateaus. These diet breaks help regulate our hormones, so we're able to overcome these fat loss plateaus and keep going forward with our fat loss. So it may take us longer to get to our goal, but we're gonna actually be able to get to our goal on more calories, and we're gonna be able to feel better and get it long-term sustainable. So step number 2, guys, the second reason why you should be implementing a diet break, hi Amanda, is going to be the psychological benefit. So when your diet becomes stressful and you feel like you can't go out to eat, you feel like you can't, be in social settings where you can't stop thinking about, what am I gonna eat today? I need to count my calories. I'm over on my macros and this and this and this. That is when you need a diet break the most, because if your diet becomes a point where it's almost like an obsession and it is a stress on you physiologically, that is going to increase your cortisol levels. That is going to throw off your hormones. That's going to cause you to retain water. And stress is the opposite of what we want when we're going into fat loss. So the second reason that you should be implementing a diet break is because when your diet becomes stressful, that means you need a break, guys. That means something's going on in the body and we need to take a step back to kind of regulate everything, okay? The third reason you should be implementing a diet break is gonna be when you start seeing your sleep suffering. If you start noticing that you're unable to fall asleep, stay asleep, you're having that constant flux in your mind of anxiety and stress, what happens is not only low calories increase your cortisol, which is our fight or flight response, but also a caloric deficit increases your cortisol. Also, not sleeping increases your cortisol. Also, cardio increases your cortisol. And what happens if we're going balls to the walls on all of these things as you are on a diet, over time it adds up. And if our sleep starts to suffer, your sleep regulates everything. When you're sleeping, you're getting all of the benefits in terms of liver regeneration, your gut microbiome. It's helping with recovery from your training. And if we're not getting that sleep and that recovery, your cortisol levels are going to stay elevated. It's going to throw off our hormones. We're not going to be recovering from our training, and our body's just going to be in a state of inflammation. You may feel like you're retaining a ton of water. You may feel like you're lacking motivation in the gym. You may feel like you just have almost a constant state of stress and anxiety. This is when you need a diet break, guys. It is very, very important. This is something you guys should be looking out for, okay? If you're not feeling right and our sleep is starting to suffer, that is a big deal, and that is 100% gonna affect your fat loss. If you don't take a diet break and you're not getting your sleep, you're just gonna keep feeling more and more like crap and just retain more and more water, and you're gonna see the physique changes not going toward where you want them to be, okay? So, the fourth reason why we should be implementing diet breaks is when you start seeing a change in our performance in the gym, okay? So we spend so much time working hard in the gym, especially with my clients. I have them focusing on progressive overload. We're getting stronger. We're hitting those PRs. We're having the whole body recomposition where we're building muscle, we're losing fat. And as you guys know, the more lean muscle mass we have, the higher our metabolism is gonna be. So when you are on a caloric deficit, you are not in an anabolic state, a state of building muscle. You are in a catabolic state. So it is very, very important to make sure that we're not doing anything additional to lose more muscle. We want to make sure we're maintaining as much as that lean muscle to keep our metabolism up and to keep us all that strength that we worked so hard for over the last several months. So here's the deal. When our performance starts to suffer in the gym, we start realizing we're losing reps. We are suffering to get through a workout. Everything just feels so heavy. You feel extreme muscle soreness. Your recovery is not good. Your body feels fatigued, tight. Your neck hurts. Your back hurts. You feel like every week you're just getting weaker and weaker and weaker. This is when you need to be implementing diet breaks, because what it does, during that period, we're getting our carbohydrates up, we're getting our calories up, we're bringing our cardio down to where your body is able to actually replenish your muscle glycogen levels. So what's happening is over these, say we do it for 12 weeks, we're replenishing all of your glycogen storage so you're able to actually lift heavier in the gym. So we're able to keep our lean muscle. It's going to help with recovery. You're going to feel muscle soreness is going to get better. You're going to feel like you're starting to get stronger again in the gym. And we never want to, when we are on a caloric deficit, change our training. That's one thing. If you go from lifting heavy to going to this high rep type lightweight stuff, that's when you're losing your muscle. So when we are on a deficit, it's very important to prioritize everything with training, performance, and recovery to make sure that we are maintaining as much lean muscle mass so that we are keeping our metabolism up and we're keeping all of the shape and everything that we built. So this is very important, taking time, replenish our glycogen levels so we're able to keep our weights heavy in the gym and recover good so that we're able to train hard, recover harder. Okay? Now, the fifth reason why we should be implementing diet breaks, and then I'm going to go over everything, is when we start seeing our digestion start kind of going. So if you guys start feeling like, oh my God, I'm having less bowel regulation, I'm starting to feel like I'm getting very bloated after a lot of my meals, I feel like I'm retaining a lot of water, I have a lot of anxiety, my gut does not feel good. If you're on a low calorie diet and we're not getting enough fiber in and we're in a state of chronic stress, the stress is going to throw off your digestion. It's going to make you retain water. It could throw off your bowel regulation and your gut. So it may not be you're having food sensitivities. It could be your calories are just very low. Your cortisol levels are very high from doing chronic dieting and your body needs a break. And a lot of the times I even realize with a lot of my clients, if they've been chronic dieting for a while and they come to me, when I increase their calories, they're actually able to get rid of digestive issues. They actually may be losing weight increasing their food. So we never want to be afraid of increasing our food, even on weight loss. So I want to go over everything again, and then I have an announcement for you guys. So first off, if you've been yo-yoing from one diet to the next, you've tried every diet out there, you go really, really hard in the beginning, you hit a plateau, you don't know where to go from there, this is when diet breaks is going to be really important. 5 reasons why we should be implementing diet breaks. Number 1 is metabolic adaptations. We're hitting a plateau. We need to overcome it. Number 2 is going to be the psychological benefits. When your diet becomes stressful, you're getting crazy cravings, you can't stop thinking about it, that's time we need a diet break. The third one is when we start seeing a suffer when it comes to our sleep and recovery. The next one is when we start losing our strength in the gym, as well as we're getting aches, pains, and a lot of muscle soreness. That means we're not recovering well. We need a period of a break. And then the last one is when we start seeing digestion issues happening. By implementing at least a 1-to-1 ratio of these diet breaks, specifically increasing carbohydrates, fats, bringing it to a maintenance level, and then watching your weight, watching everything over that period of time, it allows you to hit your goals, but also get long-term sustainable results. If you guys don't know where to go from this and you guys need more help, I specialize in this with all my clients. I've transformed my physique myself, done my own training. I worked with over 700 individuals, beginners, intermediates, advanced, all ages, male and female, and I would love to help you. I'm taking on 10 more individuals for January. So if you guys would love to work with me, send me over a little comment below or email me at elizabethaylerfitness@gmail.com. I will directly get back to you. This is truly my passion. And with all my clients, I tell them, I don't want you to need me for long. I want you to learn from me. And I want you to be able to not rely on me so that I'm the last coach you ever need and you understand your body. It's not just here's calories in versus calories out, or here's just a training program. It's about every week, You know, I have my clients, if they're having a rough week, if we have a stressor here, if we're have this going on, or, you know, a social setting here, we game plan it so we're able to get those long-term sustainable results. So I hope this was helpful, guys, and I hope you're having an amazing day, and get ready. Next week I have an epic topic for you, and if you guys need anything, just send me over a DM, a little message in the messenger on Facebook, and I'm here for you. I love you, and I hope you have a great day. Happy New Year.